So this was an enormous 10-year plus effort from advocates here in Massachusetts. And I will say when I started the ARC, this bill was laid out for me, as were many bills. Actually, I was very lucky because I followed former Senator Barbara L'Italian in my role. And she had really initiated many pieces of legislation that over the last decade I was lucky enough to work on and pass some of them, this being one of those pieces of legislation. And I know that Autism Housing Pathways and Kathy Boyle were right there working on the language, getting that bill going. Advocates for Autism of Massachusetts, the ARC, and then many other organizations, as we started to see this housing crisis worsen, so many organizations and individuals jumped in to advocate. And why did we want this and not give up for 10 years? As Rita was saying, some parts of our population need specific types of settings, and we need to be able to offer every type of housing possible to meet the needs. This is a really great solution for some people. It brings independence while providing support. People can be in their communities where they've maybe grown up and already have natural supports in place. And it's a smart financial solution for the state. There was a lot of pushback on this bill, and even with just the intensive advocacy that we had year after year, we didn't see any movement until a couple of years ago. We saw a tiny little movement in zoning laws that made things a little bit easier. And then Governor Healy came along and included accessory dwelling units in her big Affordable Homes Act. So right now, I just want to say a huge thank you to our champions at the State House, Representative Christine Barber. We wouldn't have this bill in place the way we do within the Affordable Home Act without her. She worked very closely with the chair of the Housing Committee and to make sure that not only the ADU piece was in there, but our really important language was covered in the Affordable Home Care Act, which is language to allow owner occupiers to be special needs trusts, and this allowance for a 2-bedroom in order to provide an AFC or live-in caregiver. So those were critically important to us, and we communicated them so that she communicated them and made sure they were in the bill. There were many other champions at the legislature for this, our Senate sponsor, Bruce Tarr, and others.